Do you have like a favorite artwork that you ever did? Like, can you make a choice, or is not possible?
Do you have kids?
Yes.
Do you have kids? Dogs or?
Nope.
What's your favorite black shirt?
This one.
Oh,
It's
this one.
purple.
That's from all black shirts that you got. That's your favorite one.
Because it's purple, yes.
Oh,
I have also a favorite shirt. This is this one.
because it's pinkish. And you, Nick, what's your favorite black shirt? Don't say that one that you're wearing, please.
My favorite, oh, I have a lot of favorites here.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Or if you have a lot of dogs, who's your favorite dog? So, who's your favorite kid? Favorite project. There are projects that means a lot for me because of different reasons. It doesn't mean that that they're the best ones or the worst ones or the most important ones. Or they just mean for me a lot. Because, for example, when Arch Enemy released again their first album, Black Earth. And Michael called me to do the new artwork for that album. They were going to release that back in Japan at the first time. So I was like, dude, as an album that I love, that it would be great to do this artwork, to do a new artwork for a classic album, for example. Is it my best artwork? No, it's not. And I'm really not the right guy to say that because it's really hard for me to grade my artwork. So this is number 10, this is 9.5, this is 7, or this is 6, or whatever. Maybe the first Firewind cover that I did, because it was the first album that we did with Gus G, and it was really important for me. And we did a lot of Firewind covers, and I think maybe the last one is the best one. And maybe I'll say that for the next one too. So
Yeah.
it's hard, you know.
Best one till the next.
Yeah, it's hard, and I could do a list here of 1,000 covers here. That I love this one, or I don't know, Morbid Angel that I did. I love that cover, but because I love the band, you know, and it was. But it's something that is it your best cover? I don't know. Maybe for some people. I try to not think about best or worst or I like it more, I like it less. You know, I just try to look at them and try to remember what made me do them. Oh, it means a lot to me because of this and that. But that particular one means a lot to me because of this and that. So there's a lot of factors to be built upon. So for me to get into a list like that, it's hard. You know, it's really hard. You know, your black shirts are really envy of this purple one now. You know, cry a lot. This weekend, your black shirts will cry a lot because of your choices. There'll be a lot of complaints on your wardrobe. You know.
Yes. Fights.
I'll have to put them outside so they can complain there. Oh, we have a comment there, question.
If ever did he consider a studio for two different bands and a situation we had the person for both? How did he act? The same idea for two different bands at the same time. I think it doesn't happen like that, but it happens like in fact, it happens something similar like that, and it happens all the time. I just start working with a band or just finished an artwork, and then comes another band asking for an artwork that's basically the same. Okay. And I say, sorry, dude, already done. Sorry, no way. And it happens a lot. I have to say no to a lot of bands. Okay. If you ask me, I have to say no to a lot of bands. And they keep saying no, but but our idea is something like this and that. So sorry, but I just finished a cover that is exactly like you described for another band.
How
So
you
I'm not
can do exactly the same?
yeah, I'm not going to do another cover like that to another band, just in different colors. I will not do it. So
Yeah.
it happens. It happens. Not exactly the way he said, but it happens. Of course, sometimes you do an artwork for a band that maybe doesn't work in the end.
Hmm.
And maybe there's a band up ahead and you keep that art for whatever reason. And maybe a band up ahead say, oh, I want something like that. And you, I have this artwork done. And then you just adapt it and there's no shame on it. You already had the idea. It's already done. You just have to adapt it, or you don't even have to adapt it. That happens. Not that much because I usually don't have any leftovers. Everything that I do is being used for whatever reason, just as an album or a merchandise or a single or whatever. We're just using everything. It's really hard for me to have really leftovers. Oh, like we hate this one. We never use that. It's really hard. Really hard. Really hard.
Thank you for explanation. So Panagiotis says cool, thanks, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
So, as you mentioned before, Gustavo, you work with non-heavy metal bands, right?
Yep.
Can you name us? Can you name a few?
Name a few of the bands that I work with.
Yeah, non-metal.
Non-metal.
Hmm.
Oh, it's hard for me to remember. Non-metal. Let me think here. I did a lot of stuff in Brazil that are really non-metal, like
Okay.
country music, pop music, and reggae and whatever. I could do a list here that is like huge.
Okay.
I just finished recently an album from a reggae bassist in Brazil called Edu Satajá or Sataha. I never know how to pronounce his name.
You're Brazilian.
It's a really different album because it was an album mainly done with voices and maybe drums and the keyboards, but mainly all voiced up. He sang all the voices, so it's like Van Canto, but not metal,
Van Canto.
Yeah, a little bit poppy, raggish, or whatever. I haven't listened all the albums. Really poppy stuff. Did his album. That was anything but metal on that album. I did recently. Let me think. Borderline, a band from Switzerland. It's not metal at all. I did the latest album. Really, Borderline is like something like Nora Jones with more distortion.
Okay.
Do you know Nora Jones, that singer?
Yes. Yeah.
Now you know because you're a big fan. I know because
Yeah.
there's a poster behind you from Nora Jones. Yeah, it's behind that Book of Souls poster that I know. So, these are the most recent, I think, from non-metal stuff. Yeah, non-metal stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
As far as I remember. I have to. If I knew they were going to ask me that, I could make a list. I'm a guy of lists.
You have a list.
Yeah, gonna be a list, and we just keep here, just being here like this. Oh, this, and this one.
You have a blacklist?
No, I don't have a blacklist. Of course.
Cool. So you are. Oh, we have here a comment. Nora Jones rules from Live.
Yes. That I would love to work with Nora Jones. That's it. Not only skulls and.
So here, Avon, we have a question there. Have you ever refused a job because your request was too much extreme or against your values?
Oh. Avon is an Italian metal band, in case you don't know.
No, I never did that. I just refuse a job when I don't like the idea or when I think that I'm just remaking another cover again for another band with just different colors. That's the only thing that makes me, oh, okay, I don't want to. Or when I just start talking to the guy and I don't feel that the guy is really serious about the work, I say, I don't think it will work, you know. But I'm always open to any idea. Of course, there are some ideas that I really don't feel connection to it. For example, if you, oh, Gustavo, here's $1 million to do a cover to like full of elves, dragons, and dwarves and something. Say, oh, thank you. Thank you do that. I don't do that.
Okay.
I love that type of artwork. I love fantasy RPG stuff. I love Blind Guardian and Rhapsody and whatever. But I don't do that artwork. So I have to say no. No, I don't do that artwork. So I have to find a guy who does that type of artwork, right? It's a matter of, knowing your boundaries, know your limits, and know how to say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to learn, in fact, how to say no to everything, because you have to focus on things that you like, that you feel connection, the things that you think that are important to you, or think, oh, I can do a really great job on this cover, or I can do a really great job on this idea, so let's work on it,
Yeah, so we have a few questions, so we can elaborate on that. Oh,
Another Mr. Big Lover. Crazy stuff.
so we have here again. Rafael is wondering, Gustavo, how do you act when a band contacts you for making a cover, but their logo sucks? Toast the band loves it.
I have to deal with it. It happens a lot, sadly. But I have to deal with it.
Would you tell them?
I always tell them, oh, your logo is not that good.
Ah, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I tell them.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I could simply be, I don't know, respectful and not. I should not say, "Oh, your logo is shit. Let's do a new one." I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. But sometimes the logo is not good. Sometimes you don't know. There's nothing you can do to save it,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens more than you imagine. But you have to work with it, right?
Yeah.
That's your job. So you have to deal with it, and you have to work with it. So just look to the other side, slap the logo there. That's my tip for everyone who's struggling with bad logos on their beautiful artworks. Just deal with it. Get over.
Yes.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
So, great. So you mainly work in the music industry. So I'm wondering, why are you drawn into this particular industry, and why the focus on artwork?
Because I was a musician, right? That put me into the line of fire of other musicians. And in fact, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a comic book artist. I wanted to draw X-Men, Spider-Man. Was my dream. My dream was to work for DC Comics or Marvel Comics or whatever.
Okay.
Whoa.
Also, I had another dream. I always had a dream to design toys. I would love to be the guy who does the designs for toys. For example, He-Man.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
He-Man has that visual because someone said, "Oh, it's going to be a barbarian guy with this clothes and this sword and this shield and this whatever and this cross on his chest or whatever."
Mhm.
I wanted to be that guy to make those production ideas or pre-production ideas, no, to be the art director behind the concept. Do concept art for toys. I
Hmm.
think that would be the right name for it. Of course, being born in Brazil in the 80s was not the best country to do that for. And maybe now I am really old to start a career to do uh, art direction for toys. Uh, but I still have a dream to maybe work on comics.
Hmm.
Maybe someday in the future I will do some comics.
Nice.
I don't know. I have to prepare myself to that. So
Hmm.
if I vanish some years of working, oh, maybe Gustavo died or got rich or is preparing for something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Amazing.
Commit
Looking
myself
forward.
really to it, to do comics and stuff and whatever, to do whatever I have to do. So
Cool. And do you have any favorite comic?
favorite comic. You and your questions of favorite stuff.
Yes.
Great.
That's your favorite Greek word?
My favorite word.
Greek. Also likely.
My favorite comics that I've been reading now, maybe. Before someone gets into a fight, I'm much more of DC comics guy than a Marvel comics guy. So
Hmm.
my
Okay.
favorite comics also are from DC. So
Okay.
I'm from Team
Yeah,
Batman,
Disney rules.
Justice League, and whatever stuff, and Green Lantern and Flash and whatever. But I also love Marvel stuff because I've been reading that shit since I was like 2 years old or something.
Hmm.
Uh, but the comics that I really love reading are from Hellboy. I really love those comics. They're really good.
Nice.
Yeah. I really love the Walking Dead comics. I have a huge collection of those. They are really cool. And the DC comic stuff because I keep reading that a lot, all the time. Even nowadays that I don't even buy a lot of comics, I just buy them digitally because it's easier
Mhm.
for me to handle them or to shelf them because there's not enough space for all the comics that I want.
Yes.
So as you can see right there, there's a lot of comics right here. Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of,
Yes.
You have busy background, busy background.
yeah. So I really love those stuff.
But not your wife.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like that much. She got her reasons.
Yeah.
She has some reasons.
Okay, so let's get back to art stuff.
Right?
So, Gustavo, if a fairly new band, like a self-starting band, would be interested in working with you, so like, do they ever have a chance to get the artwork, or like how they should go ahead about it, like contacting you and stuff?
Any band in the world can work with me. There's no such thing as you just work with famous bands around or whatever. No, no, no. I work with any band. Any band has a chance to work with me for whatever project. I'm not that impossible star guy that I'm not even reading your email. You're nobody. No, there's nothing like that. I just treat you like your new band like I treat the other famous worldwide band or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're Machine Head or the whatever band that you don't even have a name yet. I
Hmm.
treat you the same. You have the same time for me to develop your stuff. Of course, your budget is different, right?
Yeah.
You're not. You have to work with that, right? And I know that, but there's space for everyone. I work with anyone. I don't have this kind of distinction. Oh, I don't work with such kind of band or certain types of band. Oh, you're for nobody. I don't work with you. No, 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 no. I work with anyone. You just drop me a message. Just call me. Just talk to me or find me on a festival. Those things that you used to go. You can,
Yes.
you know. In fact, there's I was in fact was contacted this week or last week by a guy that I met on a show like 4 years ago. And the guy was like, "Oh, remember that we talked?" I said, "Oh yeah, really." So now I got a band, so let's work. And yeah, let's work. So the thing, there's nothing like that. You can any band can work with any. There's no such thing. I'm open.
Amazing.
I'm open to work with any band in any project.
Hmm.
There's nothing like that. Just drop me an email.
So for the viewers who are watching, anyone interested, you can drop Gustavo an email. We will put the links also below, so you can
Yes.
contact him.
Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that.
Good stuff.
That's good.
Gustavo, oh, yeah. Gustavo, can you describe your day? Okay, nowadays you're home, but a normal day before the pandemic.
Normal day.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think about my day. I think I have to think about my actual day because I
Yeah.
changed a lot from last year to
Yeah.
now for the better, maybe. So I wake up, keep doing my fasting because I do fasting every day.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
before you ask, I do a 24-hour fasting every day. And I wake up and maybe get my dog for a walk, or when I'm really into it, I just go to my garage and keep walking around the garage for like, I don't know, an hour, listen to music, walking in the garage and watching the cars moving. And trying to not get hit by those cars, you know. Then I go there, and then I get back home, and then I maybe start looking at my emails during the morning, or maybe watch some videos, or maybe I'm going to listen to music, or maybe I'm going to play some video games. Then I'm still on fasting. Then it comes to time that I'm going to start eating, my lunch, and after lunch, that's exactly the first time that I start working. It's right after my lunch, after I just check my emails, and so I'm usually working on the afternoons, right?
Mhm.
After midday. Before that, I'm doing just anything else. Of course, if there's a huge project that I have to work in the morning because we have to deliver or something, I will work. But
Yeah.
normally, I will not work in the morning. I'm
Cool.
just keep doing my fasting
Mhm.
and doing whatever activity, because it helps a lot. Then I do my lunch, which basically is the only meal that I have within 24 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
Then I start working full stop, and then around midnight, I think that I'm okay. Or, well, oh yeah, for midnight, I really stop doing whatever I'm doing and maybe watch a movie or whatever, and then try to get to sleep because I really hate sleeping. Something that I really, if I could, I would live without sleeping. So
Okay.
yeah, you know those people that they have your mother say, "Oh, go to sleep, motherfucker."
Yeah.
So you go at 2 to sleep and you get up at 11?
No, it doesn't matter how many hours that I sleep. I basically wake up at 8 or 9.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a crazy schedule. Like I was calculating, if you do until midnight, that means you have a few hours sleep and you're up. Amazing.
Yeah, sometimes I sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours,
Mhm.
8 hours maximum, and I just don't think it's right to be more than 8 hours sleeping. And then I wake up full energy stuff, even with the fasting.
Mhm.
Uh, and I used to sleep even worse when I was eating a lot. So I'm just better into it. I'm not preaching about everyone doing fasting, It worked.
And-
You know? I just lost like almost 40 kilos in 7 months. So
Wow.
Oh,
Great.
okay.
7 months ago. So fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Interesting.
could be a diet coach.
Not a diet. It's just changing your habits. Change your
Mhm.
habits.
And was it like a hard at the beginning?
A diet, you start and you finish. I'm never
Yes.
finishing. I just change everything that I eat. You know, it changed the way I eat. So that's it.
Mm.
But was it hard at the beginning?
It was hard. Yeah. But how many times do you eat a day?
Don't ask Veronica.
5. So you really have
8
to
snacks.
do you really need to eat 5 times? Do you think you really eat?
Yeah, I have a very fast metabolism. I feel hungry very fast, but I eat small portions.
Yeah. I used to do that. Never worked. So I just eat once, and I feel more energy than you when I wake up, for sure.
Mhm.
When you wake up and you feel like you're a zombie, you're like,
Mhm.
oh, I need coffee. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, I need. Everyone wakes up like that.
Yes.
I never do wake up like that. I just wake up like it was okay. I'm just woken up, freshed up. Let's do something.
And you drink coffee?
No, not that much. I don't like coffee.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah.
Amazing Superman.
Yes.
No, Superman. No.
Yes.
There's a lot of scientific study explaining everything about it. So if you want to follow that path, it's good. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone, and I respect that. I'm not preaching my way of life to everyone, but it works for me. It helped me to change my habits, change the way I see things, the way I see food. I know exactly when I feel hungry and when it's just my mind
Mhm.
forcing me to eat something because I was used to eat something, you know. And as I told you, it's not a diet. It
Mhm.
just changed. I'm not getting back to. And I also when I keep thinking about what I used to eat and say, I always keep telling myself, what the fuck I was doing? How could I eat this shit? Because, you know, I could barely imagine me eating like that, like 3 times. You said you eat 5 times.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
So, Anna, can you shortly say what's mesmerize in a few words?
Yes, we are a modern metal band from Hungary, and many of our designs were done by this great man here. Yeah. And that's why I'm here.